Readercon. I'm Diane Martin.
And I'm Ray Borman, and we're the co-chairs for Readercon 31.
Whether you're an old friend or attending for the first time, we're so glad you're here.
Making Readercon a virtual convention, even for just one cycle, was heart-wrenching because we really love convening in person with all of you. However, concern for everyone's safety during this pandemic ultimately made the decision a no-brainer.
Many traditional hallmarks of the Readercon that you know and love are still the same this year. We have phenomenal programming, awesome guests of honor. Thank you, Jeffrey Ford and Ursula Vernon. And of course, our memorial guest of honor, Vonda McIntyre.
We also have fantastic panelists and presenters, along with an exciting Discord-based bookshop experience. We hope you'll have a great time. Speaking of Discord, this platform was brand spanking new to me 10 months ago. I hadn't heard of it, and the first bajillion times that I signed on, it was really overwhelming, and I needed a lot of help to find my way around.
So we want to give you a super quick orientation to some of the key areas of Readercon 31 Discord server to help you join in the community.
Towards the left-hand side, you will see channel categories. Note, my customization experience with Discord display is basically non-existent. So it is quite possible that this area appears somewhere else on your screen, but it is there somewhere, and it will help you navigate all of the areas of the convention. So starting with con services, think of this as a close kin to our information desk, the table in the hallway with friendly people who have either an answer to just about every question or can point you in the direction of the answers you seek. And when in doubt at any point over the weekend, just go on over to the help desk channel. You can also use the role request channel to self-select certain things that you'd like displayed in your profile, such as your industry role as a writer, editor, reader, and your pronouns.
This is where you can also find the safety channel. You can reach members of the safety team by messaging us here or using the safety tag on any channel on the server. The team is on call 24/7 during the convention, just like we are here in person. Programming and events is pretty straightforward. We've tried to use obvious naming conventions. Go here for the links to view our programs and to participate both with the panelists and other audience members. If you want to keep the conversation going after a session ends, you can move into the equivalent hallway chat channel so that the next session on the agenda and its attendees can get started. Nothing needs to end, just shift location, just like in a hotel.
Our coffee clatches also live here. FYI, coffee clatches are an opportunity to have small group discussions with many of our amazing program participants. And these are going to be held through an audio video channel right here in Discord. So go on over to the help desk to start the sign up process if you're interested, or to ask specific questions about coffee clatches. I mentioned an exciting bookshop. Not only does each book dealer or publisher that's there have their own dedicated channel for you to learn more about what they are bringing to Readercon, but there's also a questions for dealers channel, which is a great place to drop things like, does anyone have a copy of Vonda McIntyre's Dream Snake for sale?
And social spaces. This is another translation of the Readercon in-person experience. Con Suite, the hotel bar, book launch announcements, channel-specific party announcements. Come be social with us. Fan tables, a wonderful collection of old friends and new, Worldcon in 2022, ShyCon 8, and Worldcon bins. Check out their channels for more information. Also, if you're interested in our rainbow, neurodiversity, disability, or BIPOC safer spaces, check in with the help desk for more info. We want to help people connect with each other.
End of orientation speak. Ultimately, figuring out where you want to be comes from poking around and participating. So please have fun.
Readercon has a digital swag bag for you. I know we miss the book giveaways too, but since we're virtual, we decided to raise the profile of magazines and publishers that are not normally in Readercon's bookshop. We wanted to give you an opportunity to experience their work. Please take the time to read something new. We're emailing you a link to the swag bag and Readercon 31 souvenir book this weekend. If you haven't received it in your mailbox already, keep an eye out. It will be arriving soon.
We would also love to hear about your experience this year, especially with regard to the virtual components. This has been a grand experiment and we want to keep improving for the future. Even when we return to in-person Readercons, we'll be keeping virtual components in mind, both during planning and execution, because it means that Readercon can be accessible on an international scale. So please direct message either of us here on Discord or email us feedback to conchair@readercon.org.
We also want to acknowledge the incredible hard work of the committee members. What started as an exercise in translating Readercon in-person experience to a virtual one became an active effort.
And then we quickly discovered that execution would require tons of new skill building and new tech platforms. And it's been a privilege for us to be working with this committee, which is made of people who work long and hard to bring everything together. And we also want to extend an extra special thank you to each and every one of our volunteers who have helped Readercon go virtual. You have brought new ideas, fresh energy, and so many of those much needed skills to help us get to the finish line, to what we're experiencing right now. And we are so, so fortunate for you and your commitment to Readercon. Thank you.
Thank you. Last summer, when we wrote Readercon Cannot Remain Silent, it was written in support of the Black Lives Matter movement. We want to take this time to expand our statement to include all of those who are oppressed. We, and all of us who are privileged, must do better. Chip Delaney wrote, "Science fiction isn't just thinking about the world out there. It's also thinking about how the world might be, a particularly important exercise for those who are oppressed. Because if they're going to change the world we live in, they and all of us have to be able to think about a world that works differently."
Please join us in making sure that Readercon and whatever other parts of fandom you are involved in thinks about a world that works differently, and that's fair for all of us. Thank you.
Thanks. And now, as we do every year, welcome to the annual Cordwainer Smith Rediscovery Award. The award was created in 2001 to honor science fiction and fantasy writers whose work displays unusual originality, embodies the spirit of Cordwainer Smith's fiction, and deserves renewed attention or rediscovery. The judges this year have selected DG Compton. You can find a video link to their discussing Compton in Main Track 1 channel now. Thank you. Enjoy Readercon. We're glad you're here.